Hi, this is Selena Rush again, and I decided I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to talk about an experience I had. There's so many things that can throw us off course, like parental alienation. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to share a story and give you the ability to see into the mindset regarding parental alienation, overcoming it, dealing with it on a regular basis. So it doesn't throw you off from having a whole life. And of course, as you know, we talk a lot about whole life wealth here. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to be reading from my notes as I go through. All right, so I experienced horrific parental alienation, and it is very difficult to survive and thrive. Okay. The whole the whole idea of making sure that we can move forward for our families and wealth and health and all the things that go into being a whole person. It can be the death knell when you're dealing with parental alienation. What I dealt with, literally, you could have seen if you could have seen me, it was like the death of my soul. I walked away from my business and had to fight for my health, my mind, and my soul. And if you are dealing with parental alienation and you're ready just to give everything up, just stay tuned to hear a couple of the notes I want to share in your journey of life, okay? If you feel like everything's imploding on you and you're sustaining and you're not able to sustain at all a well balanced life, then the mindset is where everything is at. So I want to share some mindset tips because I've not only gone from the darkest days where I did not want to wake up, but I've also gone through the ability in those times to have God come in and share a strong set of principles that my mind was going to be guided by so that I could thrive. I'm talking not only be able to survive, but thrive while parental alienation affected my life. My child was weaponized against me. I've experienced it all. So, getting on the other side of that, which is what I want to talk about, so that you can continue to build your legacy. That's what your children need through parental alienation strength and the ability for you to build a legacy that when they come through on the other side, through faith, you know this is going to happen. You never lose hope. What I've experienced is I'm restored, I'm renewed despite the effects of parental alienation, kidnapping. It is no longer the center of what gives me peace and joy. My children are are God's, and when I know that they're God's, then God loves them even more than we do as parents, if we can imagine that. I've shared a devotional with principles, and I want to make sure I publicize it now in terms of how we can thrive through parental alienation. This journal includes, I want to share the things that the journal includes, and I really want you to take the next 30 days and review this journal. I'm going to link it so that you can get access to it. It is a free journal. And the things that I personally dealt with, and you may be able to relate to, is feeling betrayed by your child. How do you even deal with that? Missing and longing for your child. Mistakes that you've made and regrets that you have made along this journey of very dark journey of parental alienation, how to process your child hating you, how to self care and prioritize yourself in the midst of despair and depression, how to interact with your child. Okay. How do you, when you do have those visits, how do you interact with them? And one of the toughest ones is what is the mindset? How do you deal with going into court, fighting custody battle after battle, and your child even testifying against you? And then finally, the being connected with your child. Did you know that you can stay being connected with your child despite parental alienation? Because there's one of the most powerful connections that I explain in my journals. So I'm going to share this parental journal Parental Alienation Journal. And I'm just going to ask you to make comments about how it helped you, things that you also can help people who are on a journey of wholeness in their life. Wholeness, wealth for us, again, is your health, your mental, physical, and spiritual, which is foundational. So let's start this conversation. Enjoy the journal, and I really look for conversation about it. All right? Take care.